All right, let's get it. Yo, salute. We are back. Let's get it.
Raiders!
Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. You guys know what time it is. We are back. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphic and Wasted Show.
Or the Wasted Graphics Show, whichever way you like to slice it. God damn it, that hurt.
I know, bro. We've been talking about being broke down. It's nasty work out here in the streets, man. Real quick, though, man, salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. As always, we appreciate you guys so much for rocking with Green Dot Gang and Get Off My Lawn Gang is heavy in the building. If you guys would like to become members, hit the links. They're pinned up on both channels. And, man, just salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. Get those likes up, wipe your feet, pay your bar tabs, hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Again, we're trying to get wasted to that 20K, man. We're getting closer and closer to that goal. Make sure you guys go run those numbers up on Wasted channel. But how we feeling, brother?
I'm feeling pretty good, bro. It's a lot going on, even though it doesn't seem like it. Yeah. There's a lot of significant things happening to Raider Nation. Yeah. A lot of significant things, man.
Yep. And we're definitely going to talk about all of it. Real quick, man. Wanted to do a real quick moment of silence here for a former Raider great, former second-round pick, I believe, right? TCU.
Yes,
a guy, man, that, there was a lot of questions surrounding Barrett Robbins' name, the whole Super Bowl debacle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and all that crazy stuff, man. Barrett Robbins passed away at the age of 52. Salute to Tim Brown, man, the GOAT himself, Mr. Raider, delivered the news on Twitter. We have not been live since then, you guys. So we definitely wanted to pay, tribute to him a little bit, pay some respect to him and his family. Timmy put it out there, man. Good evening. It's with great regret that I tell you I just received a call from Marissa Robbins informing me that Raiders All-Pro center Barrett Robbins passed away overnight. Brown wrote, thankfully, he passed peacefully in his sleep. Please pray for their girls, his family, and tons of teammates who will be affected by this. It's unfortunate that his life was never the same after he was not allowed to play in the Super Bowl, that's some interesting choice of words there. Rest peacefully, BR. You deserve it. There was a lot of rumors and rumblings of him dealing with mental health issues and stuff like that, like most football players do. Like it's a violent game. And I know BR has been through some things. Salute, man, to Barrett Robbins. Much respect to his family. Real quick, you guys, quick moment of silence for Raider great Barrett Robbins. Rest in paradise to him. And also, man, Wasted just put me up on game. Rest in paradise to Joey Browner as well, man. Another guy that me and Wasted spoke about. We've watched him a lot coming up. Former first-round pick, 19 overall to the Minnesota Vikings. Four-time first team All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowler, all-decade team, 1980s Minnesota Vikings Ring of Honor, 50 greatest Vikings. Another guy, man, that was one of the best safeties that I've ever got a chance to watch play the game of football. Any words with Browner, Wasted?
Yeah, man. To me, I remember growing up, it was him and Ronnie Lott were the best safeties in football.
Yeah.
Great. I think 6-time Pro Bowler. And I think that, when you talk about Pro Bowlers from the 80s, it was different. You know what I mean? It meant something to be a Pro Bowler. Yeah. Joey Browner was a great player. And he's going to be sorely missed by the football community. It just goes to show you what these guys put on the line from a week in and week out basis. Because these guys are 1% athletes, great players, but the damage that they do to their bodies, it really reverberates. And a lot of them don't make it to be really, really old. I mean, Joey Browner he's younger than my mother and father-in-law.
In the 60s, man. It was in the 60s.
Yeah, man.
Young, man. I don't know if people remember that USC backfield was crazy, man. Him, Ronnie Lott, Dennis Smith, like that unit back in the day was
ridiculous, man.
Insanity, you guys. So
it was so good that Marcus Allen actually got recruited to USC to be a defensive back, and he transitioned to be a running back because he wasn't going to get on the field being a DB with them guys.
That was a haymaker right there, man. Real quick, once again, you guys, real fast moment of silence for one of the best safeties ever Joey Browner, man. Rest in paradise to him and Barrett, man. And again, man, condolences to the family. Salute to Caesar. Pulled up to hit my boy Wasted with a $50 slapper.
A slapper room. Appreciate you, brother.
Raiders, that's the way you start a show, man. Salute to our guy Caesar, man. We appreciate you, brother. As always, man, that is the way you start a damn show. Jersey, my guy Wasted. Would you take Caleb Banks in a second with the foot? Oh no, don't do this.
Look. Big man with a foot injury. I normally say no, but if I'd have to see the medicals. I'd have to see the medicals. If it's a Jones fracture or anything like that, I would. Yeah. I'd have to see exactly what kind of a fracture it is. If it's something that's a rudimentary thing that just heals, yeah. I think a lot of Caleb Banks' problem is that he kept pushing it. He didn't stay out, and he wanted to play at the end of the season with Florida, and he wanted to go to the combine. He felt like he was leaving money on the table, and I get it. But I would like to see it be fully healed.
Facts. And you know me, I'm not taking
big man with a foot injury
at 36 at all. You know, if he dropped to the the fourth round, which he won't, I would
pull the trigger. Bro, you know how good that kid is. You are tripping, bro.
Yeah. Look, it doesn't matter how good you are. How great was Grant Hill? How great was Penny Hardaway? How great was some of those guys? How great could Tracy McGrady have been? You know, even though he was great regardless. But again, I mean, come on, man. Injuries.
Man, come on, dog. Come on. You talk about Grant Hill. Who like, let's not do this, bro. These were two guys that until they got injured like that were phenomenal.
With Grant Hill, there was talks of him potentially being the next Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he was on the trajectory to doing that. Yeah. You know, I mean, look, I think that has more to do with technology at the time and them misdiagnosing Grant Hill and doing some things that were a little weird with the surgery. Yeah. And now guys get that surgery now and they come right back. It's kind of like Gale Sayers getting the ACL back in the day.
You know what, man? When you got Mrs. What you done to me? I mean, hey, man, basketball.
I'm sorry that you had to hear that.
Basketball's basketball. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm sorry y'all had to hear that rendition from Graphic Radar, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. You got
to. My brother Demon King as well. Can't wait to see you, my brother. Salute to you, my brother Jason. Definitely pull up next weekend. Let's kick this shit. Salute to our guy David Walker as well. Salute to my guys Wasted and Graph. Salute to you. Salute to Raider Bubba in the building. All CGR, all the mods. We appreciate you guys as always, man. Let's get to it, man. Some great news that's going around Raider Nation right now, man. You know, we know what's going on here in the next few weeks. Well, not the next few, another 3.5 weeks. The draft. Fernando Mendoza is the number one pick. Like there's no questions about this. And again, it seems like week in and week out Wasted. They keep finding ways to just literally put it out there. Well, some news broke, which I absolutely love. It looks as though, and who put it out there? I think was it Jeremiah?
Daniel
Jeremiah that put it out there that right now, man, Fernando Mendoza is already in the Raiders playbook. He is working and preparing right now with Brian Greasy, a guy that is a former NFL quarterback, former quarterbacks coach with the Niners. The connection is there, right? Shanahan, Kubiak, a former teammate of Brady as well, former Michigan guy. They're already working on install right now. Adam Schefter put it out there as well. What Clint Kubiak is expected to step into with the Las Vegas Raiders, the number one overall pick. A chance to select Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza, offensive weapons, Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers. This was a tweet that came out a while ago, projected money, blah, blah, blah. Tom Brady is part of the woo-woo. But what do you think about this? Because again, there's a connection here. The Kubiak coaching tree is definitely in full swing here. He played under Gary Kubiak, right? How do you feel about this? And I know that you have a pre-record that's on the way. I know you haven't dropped it yet.
Yeah, I don't know. Doing this episode, I don't know if I am.
Okay.
but I think this is amazing, bro, because like this is the Shanahan offense, right? Like it's all through the league. It's kind of like really the 80% of the league is running this stuff now. Yeah. It's the most successful system. And Brian Greasy played under Mike. He played under Gary. And look, man, Brian Greasy being a former teammate of Tom Brady, started over Tom Brady at the University of Michigan. Mm-hmm. You see all of the signs and the connections to the people that they're entrusting with their prized possession in Fernando Mendoza, man.
Yeah.
And this is the cool thing about it. They're not just, bringing him out there to run some nonsense, man.
No.
Like what they're doing is they're going through a full freaking install, man. Full speed installation of the Raiders offense. He's going to come and hit the ground running, right? Like he's learning the playbook, the language, the checks, the progressions. He's learning Kubiak's system before he's even technically a Raider, and that's like unprecedented.
Yeah.
Now I heard that they did something similar with Joe Burrow, but I don't know if it's been this extensive.
Yeah, yeah, and we remember that coming out of LSU, he was highly touted. I mean, he was clearly the number one, pick in that draft class. But again, Cincinnati, Ohio boy, right? The connection was there. For those who are wondering what we were talking about, Daniel Jeremiah, NFL draft analyst, put it out there that the Raiders are not just leaning towards Mendoza. They are effectively treating him like their starter. And he talked about this on the Pat McAfee show. Full speed ahead. They are already diving into the playbook and working on installs. And again, Brian Greasy is a guy that has a ton of connection to the Kubiak family, former quarterbacks coach. From what I heard not too long ago, Michigan was actually thinking about making him the head coach. Yeah. So, I know he stepped down, I believe, in 2024 from the Niners.
Yes, 2024, 2025. So he's been pretty much running the same stuff, man. And it's cool having a guy like that that's really been in the league. Now, this is the crazy thing for me, man. This is super aggressive what the Raiders are doing. It's brilliant. And it's kind of meant to erase the rookie learning curve. And I'm for it. Like we spoke about this earlier, Graf. What their Raiders are doing, they're making sure if Fernando Mendoza fails, it's not because the organization didn't support him.
Yep. This is facts, man. And again, they're putting everything necessary around him to make sure that he does not fail in the silver and black. And again, Jeremiah noted that it goes well beyond being a simple clinic on footwork or throwing mechanics. Instead, they are deep in the trenches of installing the Raiders' offensive playbook. So great news there, you guys. Our number one guy is going to come in potentially ready to roll and ready to go. I'm hyped about it. Salute to Holy Moly Donut Shots, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships as well. Appreciate you so much, my guy. As always, man, salute to all the new members in the building. If you guys missed out on those, hit the links. They're pinned up top. Again, it definitely helps us keep the lights on. It's good to see our brother Hammer in the building as well. We definitely got to get you rolling. Yeah, man, I got this from not too long ago. Raider Post. Salute to my guy, Raider Post.
RW, he always has those, man.
Yeah. He definitely did a bunch of Raider stuff. He actually did all my merch. He was working on some of Wasted stuff as well, but you guys know you'll never see that. It's like the new Grand Theft Auto. You know what I mean? Like
no, you will definitely see it, man. It's just, listen, bro. I am the Raider drip guy. I cannot have any subpar things out there on the market. So listen, it is going to be very boutique. It is going to be expensive. I want to just make sure it's something that you will always want to wear, and it's not just a throwaway. Like real rap. Listen, when you talk about Wasted Talent merch, man, you're talking about the pinnacle of Raider wear. This is what we need.
You're talking about something that does not exist.
You know what?
It is an urban myth.
Look, I hear all of the hate, bro, but I'm telling you right now, I am about to fill it to the brim. Spread it across the
world. This is the definition, you guys, of wasted talent. Just a waste of merch here. So,
oh my God.
Again, salute, man. And once again, once it never comes out, February 33rd, we'll all be donning the drip. So you already know what time it is, man. Other than that, man, a lot of other stuff going on. Did you get a chance to kind of check out a little bit of John Spytek and JT the Brick? Salute to JT. Had a great interview with John Spytek over on the Raiders channel. Had some interesting things to say. Did you get the chance to maybe kind of catch a little bit? I know we both been crazy busy with the family.
Yeah, no, 100%. Watched it. Great interview. JT did a terrific job. Now, I actually spoke to him too. I was doing the show on Friday.
Yep.
I spoke to him after the interview. So he did a terrific job. The one thing that I love from John Spytek is that he kind of alluded to the fact that he learned from the mistakes of the first year.
Yep.
And to be real with you, man, I think that's a classy way of John Spytek not throwing Pete Carroll under the bus.
I love it.
I love that. I love that. Because I personally, man, I don't think that you just garner this mentality in 1 year. Like sometimes, when you get GMs, when they do certain things, it's kind of their calling card, like Reggie McKenzie.
It could have been easy for him to shit on the way. So I mean to cut you off because Pete just came out and spoke with, I believe it was the ESPN, somebody, where he was like, we didn't do enough on the offensive line. Yeah. And he kind of threw some shots at Spy Tech and the Raiders organization. And again, John responds with class. And, he says, the one thing I did like was he said, I've learned to be patient, but when you need to be aggressive, you have to go for it. I think the saying upstairs in front offices, this free agency class was intelligently aggressive. We weren't going to get out of our skis. They said out of our skis, we weren't going to create our own urgency, but when the opportunity presented itself, we were going to let it rip. He also went on to speak about the Max situation. This is what I love, man. He's been very, very transparent with this situation because, again, the Raiders never wanted to move off of Max in the first place, but Spy played it perfectly. He said, I want 2 first. He got 2 first. Now we know what happened. He got Max back. He said, my relationship with Max since I've gotten here has been great. We had a lot of conversations throughout the season, and at the end of the season, obviously, through the offseason, and obviously we were presented with a difficult decision to make. Things have a way of going a certain way and working out the way they're supposed to. We welcomed him like he never left because he never really did. He also went on to say, yeah, we're up against it now. So I think he's kind of responding to some of the Raider fans that go get this guy, go get this guy. I mean, again, you guys, we have $24.3 million left. We still need to find a backup quarterback, possibly Najee here on Thursday. We'll talk about him in a second. And we got to pay our draft class. But he went to say, we're up against it now, so I don't want the fans to expect a lot of big things coming. And he kind of low-key hinted at possibly trading back again and picking up some extra draft capital, possibly that 36. I think there's going to be a lot of players wasted. I know you're going to agree with me on this. There's going to be some interesting names that are going to fall to 36 and some other names that the Raiders are really high on right now that they think they can probably get in the 40s, possibly 50s, where they can go back and pick up an additional third or whatever. What do you think about him kind of hitting that, possibly moving back like he did last year, which ended up getting us, Caleb and Charles Grant?
Yeah, I mean, I love that kind of approach to the draft. It's very fluid, right? Like you gotta judge the board. You got to judge how many players that you would draft at that position that are still available behind you.
Yeah.
But it shows you that everything's on the table. He's not taking some rigid look at it. I love how candid John Spytek is about his approach in a sense. But I also love the fact that he doesn't really say anything meaningful in a sense where you don't really know where he's going to go with it. That's what I love about him, man.
He doesn't leave any room for like, what did he mean by this? Like he's very intelligent and articulate.
He lets you know his intentions, but he doesn't let you know exactly the route for him seeking how to achieve those intentions.
Yes.
That to me that shows that this is a seasoned guy that has been in an organization. He's everything that's been advertised about him.
Yes,
he really is. I really believe, and I know. Look, I don't like to put the milk before the cereal or the cart before the horse or whatever, right? Or the milk before the cow. Bro, with this guy, I can see him being the GM here for a very, very long time, man.
Very
like Howie Roseman kind of stuff, man. Like I really could see that because this guy. He's the one thing that's going to sustain throughout the years, I think, because of his approach.
Yeah, honestly, man, and I really truly believe that last year, and people can say whatever, I'm not doing the conspiracy theorist thing, but I think that they expected, like they wanted to kind of be in this situation in year 2, if that makes any sense. They get an opportunity now to have one of the better, young, brilliant offensive minds in Clint Kubiak coming off of a Super Bowl. They get the number 1 pick to go with the quarterback. Like I think that Spytek and those guys are competitive. Of course, they approach the football. This whole football thing is like from like a maniac standpoint. Like him, Spytek, Brady, and Fernando kind of share that same thought process. Like they're very maniacal when it comes to the approach of what they do. And I think coming off that nasty season, Spytek definitely wants to clean things up this year. But again, I think everything happened for a reason, right? I mean, again, you get the best coach in the cycle, not named John Harbaugh, of course. He's had his resume speaks for itself, but then you get Fernando Mendoza. So I think that us Raider fans, and I think Spytek and Brady can read a room too. We've already been through hell. We've been through worse. I think they thought that this fan base can get through it. One rough season. I'm expecting them to be competitive this year.
I don't necessarily think when they went into last year, they went into it to lose. You know what I mean? Like you don't sign Geno Smith to lose, right? You don't.
Well, the Jets just did.
You don't get. Yeah, right. Revisionist history, right? But basically, the guy they thought they were getting it's not the guy they got, right? Like they thought that some of the guys that the bargain basement guys they brought in, you know, Alex Crapper and all these guys, right?
Well,
They thought that they would play a coherent brand of football, right? They appeased Pete Carroll.
yeah.
But I think secretly they probably thought, listen, this is a shit show.
Yes.
So if we're working collectively, I think that's one of the reasons why John Spytek allowed Pete Carroll to sit up on the stage with him and talk.
Yeah. But again, who was the guy they initially wanted? The guy that ended up winning the MVP last season, right?
Yeah.
So their thought process was like, let's go all in with Ben Johnson and Matthew Stafford. Okay, it didn't work. So guess what? We're going to do the secondary option here, which is if Pete and Gino come in and we're at 500, cool. It's a culture building kind of process.
Yeah.
But if not, we shit the bed and we're right here where we need to be. And again, we got the best, the best total option right here is Fernando Mendoza and Kubiak this offseason. So
yeah, bro, there was so many things that had to happen. Like I really think that any other season the Raiders might have had the 5th pick as usual, but this was probably one of the worst years of just football as a whole throughout the league that I've ever seen. I've never seen that many teams be that bad.
Yeah.
I've never seen that many teams be that bad, losing late in the season, it was crazy, man. It was crazy.
You think that they're going to top it this year because of the quarterback class next year? Just watch how bad Arizona, the Jets, some of these other teams that are looking at Arch and looking at potentially CJ Carr and these guys. It's going to get worse this year, bro. Watch. There's going to be a lot of bad football. I'm just hoping and praying that the Raiders are not involved in the shit show.
No, they definitely won't. There are a lot of people that are trying to put that in the Raiders. And if you look at it right from the outside looking in, and you're not a Raider fan, you're going to sit up there and say you got a rookie quarterback, rookie head coach, rookie offensive coordinator. This can't be a good thing, right?
Defensive coordinator too.
Yeah, rookie defensive coordinator. So everybody's a rookie, right? But if you look at what they did, they brought in a whole bunch of guys to support everyone on the roster.
Yeah,
when we're looking for some of these, wonderkind kind of coordinators and positional coaches, they were bringing in old grizzled vets, guys that go back to the 80s and the 90s, the Joe DeCamillo's of the world.
Bro, we've seen that year in a
year. We have, right? But the difference is this isn't a hodgepodge coaching situation. This is not an arranged marriage anywhere on his roster. These guys all go back to the same principles and the same family tree. And they all have relationships. And I think that's kind of been the bane of the Raiders' existence. Yeah. Even when Al was alive, there were just certain coaches that if Al fired one guy, you weren't going to get rid of Joe Avisano or one of those guys. Yeah. What was my man? It's Joe. He was our special teams coach a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was certain coaches that you knew you were going to have to keep. Yeah. You weren't going to, when Willie Brown used to help out and stuff, I wasn't going to let you fire Willie Brown.
You know, one of the best things that I think that happened to the Raiders this year, and I don't think a lot of people are talking about it, is New England's success. I think Brady's seen that and took that very personal. Seen them become one of the worst, go from one of the worst football teams in football to going to the Super Bowl. And again, they did lose and they lost clearly, handily. Right? Yes, handily. But again, I think that was one of the best things to happen to this Raiders organization is Tom seeing what they did, turn it around. What did New England do last year in free agency? They went out and balled out. It wasn't that they just went out and spent money just to spend money. They went and got guys that were dogs that fit the roles of what they were trying to do. And what the Raiders do this year, him and Spytek came together, N'Kobe, Quay, Tyler Linderbaum, they made big signings. And I think that they seen that and they looked at it like, we could potentially be the West Patriots this upcoming season. And I'm not trying to act like the Patriot way, you guys. I'm just saying going from one of the worst football teams, actually the worst football team, to possibly a team that can be fighting for a playoff spot. Also went on to say, you guys, Spytek spoke a little bit more about the Max situation. He did go on to say that he's attacking his rehab. He's going to be back ready to rock in August this year and have many good years ahead of him. And then I love this as well, man. Clint Kubiak had something to say about Max also. He said, I think I've seen Max almost every day. He's in the building every day. He beats a lot of coaches in there, a really impressive guy. Being a great player is really important to him. You can just tell by the way he shows up. I think Spytek said this, but it's kind of like he never left. I felt like we picked up another big free agent signing once we got him back from Baltimore. Really excited about him leading our defense. So there you have it. And then he went also to say, I know there's going to be a point in training camp where we're going to get him back. I'm not going to get too much further into that. I think training camp, he'll be back ready to roll. with the way that he works, it wouldn't surprise me if he's ready earlier. So Kubiak throwing it out there that he's excited also to get our leader and our veteran edge rusher, Max Crosby, back in the building after the whole Baltimore debacle.
Bro, it's crazy because Max has always been the guy that he's been, right? But then you added another chip on his shoulder. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't give gambling advice, right? Like I'll give you the lines and I'll tell you who I think is gonna win.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna put a little bit of money on Max Crosby being the defensive player of the year this year.
Ooh,
because when you look at it, this is the first time that he's had the cast of characters that he's gonna have around him already, and they're not even done with this defense. He's gonna have guys around him that you have to account for, especially from a pass rush perspective. You got to account for Nakobe Dean. You got to. You got Kwity Paye is a guy who pushes the pocket as well. Yeah. You got to account for these guys. He doesn't always convert, so someone's going to get those conversions, and that most likely is going to be Max. Yeah. I think that Max is going to start turning things around in a way, because Max is one of them guys that if you know, he plays so well, and everybody gives him a lot of credit, but he doesn't have the gaudy numbers like TJ Watt. He hasn't had a gaudy numbers like Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
He does when it comes to tackling and metrics that matter, pressures, things like that. But when you start talking about like conversions into sacks, a lot of times Max, because he's the only one out there that's really wrecking the game, he doesn't get the conversions.
Yeah.
That TJ Watt and guys like that get. TJ Watt has been very fortunate to play next to
around him.
Hayward. He got people around him. Myles Garrett is a freak of nature. There's only one Myles Garrett. Yeah. So, but I'm gonna tell you something. I think this is Max Crosby's year. This is his year where he starts to carve out that Hall of Fame resume. I love it.
Hey, at 36, I want to ask you. We've spoken about Omar Cooper Jr. a ton. Warren Sapp Warren Sapp. I never never would have made it. Warren Sharp.
How about Warren Sapp? Wow. God.
No. All right. This is an interesting stat, and I want to ask you, what does this sound like? Like, what does this sound like to you? Okay. Omar Cooper forced a missed tackle on 39% of receptions. Number one in the class. 19% of his catches scored a touchdown. Number 2 in the class. Number 5, best run blocking grade in the class. 7.2 yards after the catch per reception. Number 8 in the class. Career, 22 touchdowns. Only 5 drops on 171 targets. What does that sound like to you?
Sounds like a stud receiver to me, man.
To me, he sounds like a guy that a lot of people just think he's going to work out of the slot, and he probably will most of the time.
He's gonna be a number one guy. He's gonna be one of them guys like Hines Ward or Steve Smith that you think is going to be that undersized guy that turns into being your number one guy.
But when you hear number 5 best run blocking grade in class, it sounds like a Kubiak. It sounds like a Shanahan. It sounds like a McVay type of guy. Like that, he sounds like he fits the mold of exactly what Kubiak wants. I'm saying that to say this, man. There's going to be names that are dropping, right? And I know that a lot of people in the nation think, oh, wide receiver, blah, blah, blah. It's not necessarily a need that early, so on and so forth. But he's available at 36. Are you going to turn the card in for Omar Cooper Jr.?
Depends on who else is available.
Could it be a Jamar Chase and Burrow type situation?
Look, it depends on if Caden McDonald is there, no. Because bro, look, I understand it, right? And wide receiver is a need.
Yes.
It's not just a luxury thing. And you know me, I'm always agreeable to drafting a wide receiver. I'm always, because I don't want to go out there and pay for somebody else's headache. I want to get you getting your front end production, your best production.
That's what she said, Wasted.
Oh, baby. Oh my God.
Yes.
You gotta warn me. I gotta have what is up with the soundboard? You gotta warn me when you do stuff like that.
Yes.
Oh my God. Zoomer.
But
like for real, guys like Caden McDonald, though, and a lot of people don't like to draft big guys because those guys aren't 360 pounds because they have the best eating habits a lot of the times, right? Yeah. But this defense needs that. We have not had a guy like that, man, in the middle of our defense, bro, since Darrell Russell. Like somebody that's just a nightmare to deal with. Or back in the day, Chester McLaughlin, guys like that. We haven't drafted somebody like that in a very long time. And what we wind up doing is we go out, we seek that guy in free agency, and we get him on a second or third contract. Guys like Big Hank.
Yeah.
Jonathan Hankins was great for us. But Jonathan Hankins also was long in the tooth. and it didn't last. He had 1 year that was incredible for us, and then after that, it kind of took kind of a downturn. I just think that when you have a draft,
Jenkins was good for us.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
got a little longer in the tooth as well. But you're right.
Yeah. But this is the thing, man. We need to go out there and get one of these young fellas on the front end of their career. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Build from the inside out.
So Caleb Lamu. So you know what's so funny? I know I butchered his last name. Salute to my guy Levi, man. For those who are not in the know of Just Blog Baby, he found an interesting picture on Twitter, and it was like the Utah Pro Day, and you can see Spy Tech in the cut, like he's in the cut, tucked off. And he was like, I just found this little tidbit. And Levi's going to be on the show, you guys, Thursday. Salute to him. Doing great work over at Just Blog, Baby. Make sure you guys tap in with us. It's going to be a really good show. But at 36, do you think that they will pull the trigger? Because there's other guys on that Utah team that there's some,
BPA, brother.
Barton, the linebacker, 6'5", somewhere in that range. Like they could be looking at him. They could be looking possibly some other positions there.
Right. BPA. Just because you have a guy that you drafted last year, you might have, because this is the thing with John Spytek. It's not like he's coming in here and he has to reevaluate the team. He was here last year, and he's the reason he put the grade that he put on Charles Grant. He put that grade on him.
Yeah.
So if he has this guy rated as a much better prospect and he's available, he's going to pull the trigger, man. Yeah. He's definitely going to pull the trigger. Why would he not? Right. And he could be like, well, listen, now I got you will be the backup for the left tackle. This is my right tackle.
Yep.
Done. You wait till Colton is ready to go, or like next year we move on Colton, we put Charles Grant right there, and then I got my two tackles for the next 10 years. See, this is a slow burn, bro. This is not an explosion, bro. This is a slow burn. They're not going to not draft players, and Spytek spoke about this just because, hey, I have a guy that's on this contract, or I just drafted him 2 years ago. They're going to shoot themselves in the foot. Caleb Lomu, bro, is really, to me, he's my third best tackle in this draft.
I'm not shocked by that.
And if you can get him in the second round, that's a huge position that you're kind of Xing out right there. Look, you build from the inside out. That's what drafts are for, bro. Yes. I really don't like when we have to go out in the free agency and address things that are as impactful and needy as offensive line and defensive line.
I agree. Again, you guys know I'm really high on Charles Grant, and I'm still trying to figure out what their plan is with DJ Glaze on the right side, whether it's going to be the guard or the tackle position. But if they believe that he's the best player available there and they think that he could be an anchor at one of those tackles that, look, we want what the Chargers have at left and right tackle. Again, they've had injuries, with Joe Alton.
We want the idea. Yeah. We don't want what's actually going on.
No, but you want some staples, because again, this offense is going to be ran through Ashton Genty. So again, you need to have those anchors on the left and right side. And if they choose to go that direction, I have no issue with it. Real quick, some tidbits here as well, you guys. Salute to Aaron Wilson over on Twitter. Utah State football running back Miles Davis, a BYU football transfer, invited to the Raiders local prospect day, has flexibility to play receiver, day 3, possible UDFA in my eyes. 5'10", 211, 4.5 40, 3.9 vertical, 4.36 shuttle, 7.36 3-cone, 10.2 broad, 15 reps on the bench. An intriguing possible running back 2 or 3 for you. I think I would say a 3 with him. Also, the Raiders have had a virtual interview with Ole Miss tight end Daquan Wright. He's also spoken with the Broncos, Dolphins, Eagles, Ravens. They have a need there at the backup tight end position. And of course, the Raiders also. He's also met with the Cardinals and the Cowboys as well as the Panthers. So another name to keep an eye on with Michael Mayer on the last year of his deal. So there's also some other names the Raiders have met with. C.J. Donaldson Jr., Ohio State running back. This is a guy I watched very closely at the Shrine Bowl. I got some actual videos of him running the football a ton. I'm going to upload them on the YouTube channel in the short section whenever I get a chance to do so. But again, a guy that has a knack to finding the end zone, wasted. 6'2", 230, one of those bigger running backs. 10 rushing touchdowns last season. He had 11 in 2024 with West Virginia. We did have a top 30 visit with him. Again, I think I look at him as a UDFA. People look at the production, and I get it. They're like, what the hell are the Raiders doing here? The production was not there. But again, as a UDFA, I would have no issue with bringing him in. It's clear The Raiders are going all in right now at the wide receiver position, doing their due diligence and the running back position, trying to get, Genty some help there.
Yeah, bro, they have to. I mean, bro, listen, the fact remains, right? Look, we got a lot of upside in the building at very, very position, like great position groups, right? Like wide receiver, running back. But the problem is that the unit is very unproven, bro. The wide receiver unit is very, very unproven, bro. And they have to improve it. They have to. And there's no guy out there, in free agency this year that you would be willing to hitch your wagon to and bring in. There's nobody like that. I mean, I think the best way to build this room up is to keep taking swings. You take swings high in the draft, take them low in the draft. You got to do it because look, this was a bottom third unit.
Oh, for sure.
This was a bottom third unit, and the fact
I don't think because of the talent. I think because of the way they operate that offense. But I believe
100%, bro. A lot of it was because look, how do you expect guys that are physically talented, that have some holes in their game and things that they need to address? How do they get better? Yeah. They don't get better by sitting on the sideline. So you look, you got Trey Tucker, right? Third in the league in separation.
Yeah.
But
open a ton, always open, it seems.
They were not getting him the ball, right? Then you got Dante Thornton, who has just a tool bag of tricks, man, that he has that God gave him, bro.
Shameless plug. He'll be on the show Tuesday morning. You guys stay tuned. Our guy Dante Thornton will be back on the show.
Yes, you effing bum you. Listen, so in the middle of it, right? You got Dante. You got Jack Besh, who is a guy that people compare to like Cooper Kupp, right? There's a lot of talent, bro. But at the end of the day, you got to do what you can, bro, to try to make sure if it doesn't work out, you have other options.
Yes,
you have to.
Yes. And I love that they went in the direction of Jalen Naylor and not trying to overpay a talent like an Alec Pierce, which it sounds like he was going back to the Colts the entire time anyways. But again, they didn't go out there and spend massive money on a possible wide receiver 1. What they did was they paid a wide receiver 3 or 4 to be your possible wide receiver 2.
So they went out there and got Jacoby Myers again.
But a younger version, right? Yeah. And a guy that fits what Kubiak is trying to do.
A little bit faster.
Yeah, a lot faster.
Yeah. So
and again, a guy that can work in the slot outside Jacoby, right? Yeah. But again, a guy that's going to provide a ton of value for you at the receiver position. So to my guy Rampage, I do not know what channel, but we appreciate you, brother, on becoming a member. Salute to you, man. Again, if you guys would like to become a member, like our guy Eternal Rampage, man, hit the links. They're pinned up top. We see a lot of Jeff Caldwell in the chat. That is Waste, this guy out of Cincinnati. I see him being available in the 5th, 6th round. Big body, 6'5", wide receiver, closer to 6'6". You know what I mean?
Twin Towers, baby. Him and Dante.
I seen him at the combine, bro. I was like, holy shit. Like, it's actually crazy, bro. That's a tall dude. That's a tall dude. And again, you guys, get your questions together for Dante Tuesday, because I want to talk about a guy that we talked about on the phone as well, Chris Brazell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Another Tennessee guy that we've spoken about that they kind of get that knock on him because of that.
Yeah, Tennessee wide receivers, man.
Yeah. And Loso, the Raiders met with him as well. Division II Georgia State guy, big body. Again, he reminds me. I'm not saying he's Chris Bell by any means, but like physically, when you see Ted Hurst, it's like Chris Bell was to me. It's like that's what you want your wide receiver to look like.
Yeah, Chris Bell's on some TO shit, bro. Like I like Chris Bell, man.
Oh, me too.
Look, I don't think he's gonna be available, but that's a guy that's gonna come in immediately and ball out. It's just, this is the thing, bro. We spoke about this, right? These guys that come out of Tennessee, Dante Thornton, Brazell, they have everything. Like if you're in a park and you're playing pickup basketball and you see those two guys on the sideline, you're like, I want that guy.
Yep.
Sight unseen, you don't see him ball. Yep. But the thing is that he drops the ball a lot, bro. On routine catches, underneath routes. And to me, like I'm not into bringing in wide receivers who don't do what they're supposed to do. Like the Raiders, we have a tendency to draft like linemen who can't block and wide receivers who can't catch just because they fit a specific archetype. I bring you back to the Alex Pleatherwood days. I bring you back to that. I just don't know. Chris Brazell, Graf, we spoke about this, man. This guy has the wingspan of a defensive lineman.
Yes.
The same wingspan as Fletcher Cox.
Yes, that's crazy.
And it's just like when you see the guy, you're like, man. But then there's some other things like he kind of lacks a little agility. It's real stiff, right? He doesn't have that change of direction, right? It's certain things where if we're drafting him to be a jump ball receiver,
Malachi Fields, baby.
Now Malachi Fields is a guy. Malachi Fields in the fourth round, I would definitely take. Was Malachi Fields, if he knows how to do nothing else, he knows how to score the football.
I would take him in the third because, again, he only had 1 drop last season. He's had 3 drops in the last 2 seasons. Sure hands, big body, 50-50 target, very physical, and can block his ass off.
Yeah, and he's not going to get a whole lot of separation, but you don't need him to. He that guy that, listen, you need a 15-yard first down, and you throw it to him. He's going to position himself. He's going to come down with that damn football. He's going to get you that first. He might not break it 80 yards because that's what we want as Raider fans, right? We want the suddenness of Cliff Branch. That's what we want. We want James Jett. And I'm talking about James Jett.
Speed.
Yeah, I'm talking about, but James Jett has some years for us, man. I know that year with Jeff George and the year with Haas.
I love James.
Bro, I remember when Haas used to put that shit on him, bro.
Yes.
Man, Haas used to throw that shit, man. James Jett.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the damn I have to look back. Oh man,
Nobody can tell me anything about Jett, but honestly, when you look back at he had a lot of drops in big critical moments. But again, James Jett there was a reason why they called him the Jet. And Andy, we're really high on Denzel Boston. If they take him at 36, I'm here for it. I would not be upset.
Boston to be gone by then. I think Denzel Boston will probably be the second or third wide receiver taken. And there are a lot of teams that need wide receivers because you got to look at it. You got a lot of teams that drafted young quarterbacks last year, right? And then you got some of them where, like, you look at a team like New England. I don't know if wide receiver is their number one need, but to me, it's right up there.
Well, there's a rumor that A.J. Brown is on his way over there post-June.
I'm hearing that.
The GOAT himself put it out there. There's already a trade that is going to be facilitated behind the scenes post-June 1st. So I don't know how true it is. The Scoops dropped it and then deleted his page again. And I'm going to be honest with you. He's been wrong about a lot lately. So we'll see what that looks like.
I mean, is that the real Scoopster or is that just
a real Scoopster? It was a real Scoopster.
Oh, man, the
Scoopinator.
Salute to the Scoopinator himself, Ricky Scoops.
Hey, what'd you say about Cade McDonald? We were talking on the phone, and then something happened over here, and I had to get off the phone. You were speaking about Cade McDonald, and you said something along the lines of he gave our future QB1.
Oh yeah, man, he gave. They were asking him about the best player he played against in college. He said Fernando Mendoza. He said him and Vega, the guard from Penn State. But he talked about how Fernando Mendoza, how he got hit, and he just kept coming.
Yeah.
Kept coming, man.
Yeah.
He talked about his resiliency, but yeah, he's a big Fernando Mendoza guy.
Love it.
And to be honest with you, a lot of people are like, bro. It's been a lot of trash journalism. Like a lot of people, you try to be politically correct. I can't be politically correct out of some of these guys having narrative-driven content, guys that are on major networks that drive, the narrative that, like when you look at some of the throws that Ty Simpson makes, when you start talking, you break his numbers down for real, it's not congruent to Fernando Mendoza. It's not like even how many.
I like Ty. I'm a Ty fan.
Yeah, and bro, even the way like a lot of short dink and duck throws, they're trying to put him in that Drew Brees kind of way. He don't have enough zip on the ball, bro. And I was talking about this earlier in the year. You remember, I was on Fernando early. A lot of people were on Ty Simpson. I said, Fernando Mendoza is the guy because Ty Simpson, be that as it may, he had a terrific season in Alabama. He might be a really good quarterback.
15 starts in this.
But anybody with under 20 starts, you start looking at a land of misfit toys when you start talking about guys who had under 15 starts. Now, Cam Newton is one of those guys, but Cam Newton also played
specimen. It's totally different.
But also, he didn't have 15 starts as a starting quarterback. He had 15 in FBS, right? But he played at a JUCO and he won a chip. So he was under center that whole time, right?
Know what that means, bro.
So then you look at that, and then you look at Kyler Murray, and the jury's still on Kyler Murray. And then now you start getting to Mark Sanchez territory. You start getting into Anthony Richardson territory. you start getting into Ryan Tannehill territory. And Ryan Tannehill had a respectable year. Salute to the GOAT in here too. Ira.
Ira, I want to put this out there real quick. I got your message as well, brother, and I appreciate you. He sent the message with the Cash App, and I DM'd you on Instagram. I don't know if you still have the same page, but brother, I would love to start doing the virtual meetings with some of our big, supporters on the channel, man. I got your message. I just wanted you to understand that we acknowledge that. So, Ira, you let us know, bro. I think we're going to try and start doing it maybe possibly bi-weekly.
Yeah.
So, have some of our, our biggest supporters pull up, and we'll do like some behind the scenes, virtual streams and just kind of kick it with you guys a little bit.
Yeah,
So
just members only stuff, man. Look,
yeah.
look, listen, the benefits of being a member and not just getting the members only jacket, the corny jacket from the 80s. And I'm not talking about being the kind of member some of you sick freaks are thinking about. I'm talking about being a member of the channel, you effing bum.
Talk that talk. Raiders since birth, my guy, Caleb, Banks, Sonny Styles, and my don't, hey man, Raiders since birth. How long have I been on the Mike Washington Jr. train? That is my
Arkansas
favorite
monster.
Look, I love Jeremiah Love. That's not even an option for us. Jadorian Price, I don't even think that we're going to even look that way. Mike Washington Jr. is the third best running back in this class. To me, possibly second. And again, Price had Love to lean on a little.
No, he's the second best back in this draft, bro. Come on.
I think Price is going to be phenomenal.
He is, but this kid is different, bro. And I'm gonna be real with you, Doug. You got to start looking. And look, I know Graf tries to call me a Penn State fan, but you got Keytron Allen. I did a short on Keytron Allen about the drop. That is a guy that we should be looking at. Because look, when you start talking about his running mate's going to go a little higher than him. But Keytron Allen is a bruiser. He reminds me of that Michael Bush style of running back. Yeah. And he's a guy that in college right now, and that's why I would love if we did wind up Jadarian Price, because he's a guy who understands what it is to split carries with a dominant running back.
I would love Price in the building. I think that again, he's a guy that knows his role, just like you said, and he's essentially behind another Jeremiah Love. And he can help you in the passing game. He can run the football effectively. He's a two-way running back. I would love to have Price, but again, I think he's gonna be off the board by the time we try to locate a running back.
He definitely will. Man, he's a bell cow in the NFL, and so that's what I'm saying. Keytron Allen, I like Allen better than Singleton, but Singleton is
okay. I got Nick Singleton over him, but again, I think
Nick Singleton's the physical. He's I'm not a physical running back, but he's the guy with the speed. He's the flashy guy. But I'm talking about for the Raiders, I want a running back that punishes you. Once Genty's done punishing you, you send another punishing running back in there and just break the game open like we used to do back in the day. And that was just terrible, wasn't it? It was nasty work. Was it a little bit?
You know what's funny, man? I like Lance's from over at NFL.com, his NFL comp with Javonte Williams. It's Javonte Williams. I like that comp a lot. A starting running back that really figured it out with Dallas last year. They brought him back, a guy that kind of had an up and down early career with Denver. But I think that's a really, really, really good comp right there. Javonte Williams. I like that. If we can get another Javonte, or Javonte with Ashton Genty in the building, fuck passing the football. Just run that bitch constantly. I'm here for it. And Sonny Styles is a name, look,
look, that's a Raider pick. That's an Al Davis. Look, we have him every year, man.
All-pro gunner. A possible all-pro gunner right there.
But bro, that right there is the exact definition of a NFL combine hero.
Yeah.
The underwear Olympics gold medalist.
Yes.
And look, can Sonny Styles develop and be a terrific player? Yeah, because he has all the physical ability, but it's not like the resume backs up taking him high like that.
Oh, I'm tripping. I thought he was talking about Sonny's brother.
Lorenzo.
Yeah, Lorenzo, because Sonny's not going to be anywhere near where we. Sonny's the top 10 pick.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
Sonny's.
I'm thinking.
I thought he was talking about Lorenzo.
That's what I was just talking about too. I'm not thinking that there's any world where Sonny Styles is available for us.
He's not going to be available at all. Bro, he's a top 10 at tops, top 13 pick. He's off the board. But Lorenzo Styles is a guy that you could possibly get in the later rounds, where he's a UDFA. Start him off as a gunner. I think he could be possibly an all-pro gunner.
Yeah,
you add him to the mix, and we can have probably one of the better special teams units in football. Salute to Zahn in the building. Always good to see my guy David Zahn as well, man. The heavy hitters are in the building. It's always good to see all our people. In a slow news week, on this beautiful Sunday, man. Salute to you guys. As always, get those likes up, wipe your feet, man. Pay your bar tabs, hit that subscribe button. Again, if you guys are not subscribed yet. Also, I like what Alex said. Bryce Lance in the mid rounds is an Al Davis pick. Again, Trey Lance's brother, very productive wide receiver. I can definitely see that. Salute to LV Maximus in the building also. Our brother. So Rampage, gifting $5. Appreciate you. As always, my brother, man. Salute to you. He didn't even say nothing. He just wanted to donate. Salute to my guy, my Sacramento brethren. I believe this was my guy that was talking about being from Meadowview, from my neck of the woods. Salute to my guy, Rampage. Get a few questions in, you guys. Again, I do want to talk about this as well. We talked about Najee Harris planning to visit with the Raiders last week after he visited the Seahawks. Ian Rappaport put it out there that Najee will meet with the Raiders this Thursday. Well, next Thursday.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on that? I spoke about Najee a ton. I know you have on your respective platform as well.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts? Again, that injury, the Achilles injury, usually takes somewhere for high impact athletes, somewhere in that 9 to 12 month range. He's, I think, somewhere in that 6.5 in his rehab. And again, football doesn't really start until pretty much 9 months.
Yeah.
Right. What's your thoughts of possibly bringing in Najee, a guy that up to last year never missed a game, never played in every single game in the first 4 years of his career before the injury with the Chargers last year?
Yeah. Listen, the idea of having Najee Harris all hinges on how much he cost. Because
it's gonna be cheap. Rashard White, look what Rashard White got.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It depends, right? Like, because this is a guy that, in the first 4 years of career, 1,000-yard guy.
Yeah.
Even though he was the focal point of that offense for the most part, got
over year one.
Carries, 72 catches, But when I think about it, right, I don't want to be connected with somebody that's with an injury like that if I can't just get out of the contract the next year.
Well, again, what if you just sign him to a 1-year deal, which that's what it's going to be, and you get a late round running back? And if Najee's not prepared to go, you still wait and go. I think that's what they're going to do. They're looking at some of the CJ Donaldsons of the world. Like, he's not one of those guys. If anything, he's more of a goal line situational type running back. You know what I mean? A guy he's a big body dude that can find the end zone. But again, he's not going to be. I think that they're looking late possibly. And if they bring in Najee, it's clear that they want to bring in a veteran guy. And what is Najee? 28, 27, 28?
Yeah, he's still a young guy relatively. But, at the end of the day, for me, it's only if they don't prioritize getting a back in the draft. I say bring him in, but I will wait till after the draft, man. Like for real, I kind of get leery about signing free agents that are coming off of injuries. That hasn't worked out for us very well.
Okay. I like Jonah Coleman. Again, another guy though that I think money is going to be off the board by the time we take a running back. He can possibly be he is a top 5 running back in this class. So again, a guy that, started his career at Arizona in the Pac-12, went over to Washington in 2024, a guy that also adds a ton of value in the receiving game. Last year had 2 touchdowns and 354 yards receiving, but also had 758 on the ground. This is clear-cut a guy that doesn't need to be the number 1 option. And I think this would be a great 1-2 punch with Ashton Genty, but also, again, I think he'll be off the board in the first 3 rounds. So I don't see the Raiders targeting a running back that early, honestly. So, but salute to him and salute to Stockton. We love the 209, Modesto, Stockton, Tracy. Hold on real quick. Wait, my apologies, real fast.
It's all good. So listen, my thing is that Jonah Coleman is the kind of guy that you would bring in, right? He could possibly be a UDFA. So my thing is this, man. I really like to draft young running backs, especially the assortment of guys we got this year. It's the kind of year where you can really pick up some real good talent late in the draft, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. There's a lot of GMs that are gonna be trying to sign him, and I'm gonna be real, man. We really have had a real hard time adjusting to the fact that this is still a slow burn, bro. I have no problem with watching the Raiders build this thing up and watch and wait. And when you start talking, and LB Maximus, he goes, picked it back from IU. I'm not really high on a lot of them guys out of Illinois. A lot of these guys are older, man. A lot of them guys, I think the secret sauce for the whole Indiana situation is having a bunch of guys that were older that played all across college football. So it's like bringing some of those Indiana guys in when they translate to the National Football League. You're talking about guys that are 26 years old already, 25 years old already. I'm not really agreeable to drafting a lot of those guys.
That's the new wave though now, Wasted, right? I mean, you're getting guys that are fucking late 20s coming like on their first contract. You know what I'm saying? Like because of the NIL stuff, it's like these guys are getting older and older when they enter the league.
Yeah, they are. But the problem is that for us, right? If I'm gonna go out there and draft a guy that's 26 years old, and I got guys in free agency that are the same age as them that have already done something in the league, why would I do that?
No, I hear you. LV, we met with Kalon Black, so I haven't heard anything with Roman Hemby up to this point. But I would love to have one of those guys as potentially your running back 2 or 3. They both were highly productive in Indiana, and again, the familiarity with Mendoza.
Yeah, and I get it that some of these guys are COVID players, right? And it's the last year of those guys. But my thing is this: it's like a lot of these guys, if they were ready for the league last year, they would have left. Yeah. They would have left. Some of these guys are super seniors. Like look at Carson Beck, man. That guy's got a fucking kid in college already. He's just leaving it.
Yeah. All right, real quick, you guys, coming up on an hour. Let's have some fun here. We're going to go ahead and have Mr. Wasted Talent do one of his remarkable mock drafts.
Oh, you should have never done it. Oh, my God. Hey, yo, Anthony, all you bums out there. This draft is just for you. The most, all you bums. Silver and Facts, I haven't seen you type of fact in 2 years, you effing bum. And Raider Loso, too, looking like the brat. Get the F up out of here.
Yo. Hold on, Funktified. Hold on real quick. Let me see. Bring this up. All right. You want to do a full? You want to just go one by one?
Sure.
All right. So we're not gonna start with number 1. We know where we're going here. All right. You want to do 36? Or you want me to do 36?
No, you can do 36.
All right. So we'll do trades. We'll see what these guys have to offer. Not taking a future second. Not giving up that. All right, boom. So got some interesting names here. Caden McDonald is there. Yeah, man. I'm sorry, bro.
My man said Dirty Mike and the boys said, we will have sex in your car again.
I'm not taking McDonald at all. I'm not even taking Denzel Boston, which I think he's going to be a great wide receiver. You know where I'm going right here. I'm going to get my safety that I think is going to be a perennial.
Oh my God, bro! Just
all pro down the line. Emmanuel McNeil Warren, the next Nick Amenwari.
Oh my God!
Talk that talk.
Bum. You effing bum.
You want to go? You want to take a trade here or
no? Reject. Number 55, Caleb Banks, right there. Take him.
Ooh, so you still get your? I'm not mad at that. Wasted.
Caleb Banks. You love that for me, right? I appreciate
love that for you, bro. You know what? Because we both got our guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I love it. I'm not doing this either. What's up with the Texans, man? Trying to trade with us left and right. So we got our nose. So we don't need to go big citrus here. We could use a corner. Malik Muhammad is there on the board. I'm going to go look at some receivers here. I like Brendan Thompson. That boy scorched the combine. Let me see. You know where I'm going right here. Let me see. Hold on. First of all, let me see what we got.
Keyshawn Allen right there too.
And real quick, let me show some love to our people sent in the building, gifting a $50
slappy.
We got
slappy
slap L. Salute to my guy on the $50 smackaroonie. Here we go. All right. So Allen's there. I'm looking at wide receiver, and my guy is right there. I'm getting Malachi Fields.
Yo, look, I love that for you, man.
119 and pick 200.
Man, beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful.
You want to do that? Move back 2 spots. Because look who's on the board right now. We got.
Yeah, look, I got my guys like Key Watley there, man, and yo, we have 2 starting two of the best safeties in the draft. We could just say, hey, listen, give the guys we got back there now their walking papers.
I'm here for it.
But yeah, look, take the trade. Take the trade. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's get a little interesting with this.
Okay, let's accept it. So we moved 2 spots. Okay.
All right, Malik Muhammad is still there.
We need a corner.
Yeah, I mean, look, bro, Malik Muhammad. Yeah, go ahead, Malik
Melo
Muhammad.
is there still too.
Yeah, but we need a corner, bro. We
Okay.
need a corner. I love Romello Height, but
He's still gonna be there. Probably watch.
yeah, I don't know what the hell's wrong with them. But Romello Height is going to be like a second rounder, bro.
Look at this shit. 134. You can move back because they're going all in this year. 171, 191, 198, 247.
I mean, what you think? I mean, I would. We could just
why not?
Just load up. It's the best draft ever.
Ever. Oh, we're about to have some fun with this one. All right. So we have Mendoza. We got a safety. We got our defensive tackle. We got a wide receiver. We got a corner. So we could look at a running back here. I'm going to go probably double dip here, though. You're not going to like this, Wasted. We could go Corleone, the Godfather himself. We can get an edge here, but I like Everett. Another top 30 visit. The Raiders met with him. We could double up at corner right here.
Hey, why would I not like this?
Double up. Look, we got a safety and 2 corners. And look, we're right back to back with it. So where do you want to go?
I mean, okay, so look, we got a wide receiver, we got 2 corners, we got our safety, we got our quarterback, got a defensive tackle. Look, for me, do me a favor, man. Go. So look, Kendall Daniels is okay. Inez Cooper, I really like Inez Cooper.
You want to look at running back just to see?
Yeah. Let's see who's still available, man.
So
Randall, I like Robert Henry. None of my guys. Noah Whittingham's too little.
I like Adam Randall. So we can get out later on.
Yeah.
You want it? We could double up at wide receiver.
I'm looking. Cyrus Allen. Man,
we have not gotten an edge yet. Wasted.
Nah, yeah. That's really. I wanted to go there a linebacker. So let's look what we got. Talik Saffron, Florida. Caden Curry is a little.
His tape doesn't jump, but he's productive.
Yo, Caden Curry, let's go.
You watch him and you think, how the fuck does this dude keep doing this shit? All right, so I might have some fun here. I could take Diego Pounds at right time, but we need a linebacker. I'm gonna go ahead and get Red Murdoch, Buffalo. Not even gonna play around with it. All right.
Okay. All right. Yo, Diego Pounds is right there.
Or you can go, you can get another defensive tackle there.
Look, I like Dante Corleone. I do too.
You want to go Diego?
Yeah, go to no. I don't really like Diego Pounds. Go Dante Corleone.
Okay.
I'm not a big Diego Pounds guy.
What do we need? Depth. We need rotational pieces. We need guys that, you know what I mean? Like, and look, Diego's still there. And I'm still not going to go that route. Let me look down. Oh man, I may have to go. This is gonna be interesting. I might double up at wide receiver here. We could use some O-line helps, possibly some depth here. I'll always take Caden Barnett, the guard out of Wyoming here. But Gentry's available too, big body. I mean, have you seen his legs though, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, he has some bird legs, bro. Like he looks like he needs to get on that wasted program. What's the program you always throw out into the universe?
The HGH special, baby.
Yes, man. Yes, man. He gotta get them legs together. But again, he's 6'5", 6'6". That's a guy that you could potentially have as a really good special teams guy that could potentially play some
linebacker. I love Eric Gentry.
Me too. I'm big on him. I really am. But man, let me see. I'm looking. DJ Campbell's still there. We can get some guard help right there. Damani is still a vet. We already took 2 corners. Don't need Damani. You know what? I'm not gonna try and get.
Don't get cute with it, man. Don't get cute with it.
I'm gonna take Gentry, man. I think we can. He'll be available again. I'm gonna go get a guard. I'm gonna take Ken Barnett.
He's gonna be gone. All right, go to wide receiver.
He's still there. Got the big body receiver. You can go get a 5'10". Lewis.
Nah, man, go get my guy Eric Gentry.
Okay, let's do it. All right. So we add another athletic linebacker into the mix. Where is he? Boom. All right, now I'm looking at receiver. Eric Rivers is still there. You know what? I'm going to add a receiver here. I'm going to add a receiver. I know that we can possibly still add a little bit more to the defense or possibly even a tackle here. We did meet with Caleb Douglas as well, another top 30 visit. Out of Texas Tech, a guy that's 6'4", but we just added Malachi Fields. I'm gonna go ahead. I like Eric Rivers. Get Eric Rivers there.
Man, so look, let me see what we got here.
We need a running back.
All right, let's go to running back. Ah, man. Jamarion Miller, Jamari Taylor. Let me get my guy Jaden Ott.
Love it, man. I think he's going to be a stud at the next level. I know some people can be like, "Why do you look?" I think he can be a baller.
I like Jaden Ott. Get my guy Jaden Ott.
All right, we're still trucking here, man. This is where we can just have some fun. We added a safety. We got a few corners. We can possibly look at maybe a tackle here. Another guard, possibly DJ Campbell still there. Let me see. We got 2 receivers already. Damn. Xavier Thomas, the speedster, still there.
Yeah.
You know what, man? Oh shit. Riley's still available there too. Tight end slash. But we already got Hayward as the fullback.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, bro, still though. Still, that can be somebody
Tight end 3. They'd be tight end 3.
Yeah.
Why not? I like this, bro.
Riley Nowakowski. Bro, we'd have to cut half of the team. None of these fucking guys are gonna make it. How many fucking players do we got here? This is ridiculous, bro.
Why not? Hey, bro, I love it. Hey, man.
Bro, how many play? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. We got 14 players, bro.
Hey, fuck it. Why not? Bro, we had 24, 25 free agents? So look, okay, let's see how many starters we have here. Fernando, of course. Emmanuel, of course. Caleb Banks, he got the foot injury, so he probably never played a snap. But, Waston took him there at 67. So it is what it is. But Malachi Fields, a possible starter for you down the line, a guy that can go out there and
Malachi Molasses Fields.
Bro, he's a position receiver, bro. He's a position guy.
4'8", 40, bro. He's like a lineman.
Hey, what was Jerry's 40?
Doesn't matter. It's Jerry Rice. You don't ever talk about the GOAT.
Just saying, man. Okay.
Caleb Banks at 67 was masterful.
No, it is.
Masterful.
It is.
Stop it.
I'm not against it as long as it's not at 36. Okay. I like Malik Muhammad. We got him and Dalen back to back. Caden Curry, Red Murdoch, Corleone, Caden Barnett, Eric Gentry, Eric Rivers, and Jaden Ott back to back. 2 sleepers on the offensive side of the ball. And we got Riley. I like that. And salute to my guy Tyler, man, gifting $20 as well. My brother, man, always coming through and dropping the 20-piece special. Appreciate you, brother, as always, man. What do you guys rank this draft? I think
this draft is the best case scenario, bro.
Okay.
This draft is the best case scenario. Graf, let me tell you something, man. I classed this draft up. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I feel like I had to sway you into the right direction a few times. You know what I mean? But
no,
you decided. You decided at the end of the day. You did your thing.
Maybe one pick.
I kind of threw a few little.
Wait, no, the Caden Curry one. Listen. I'll give you that. The Caden Curry one. I was thinking, but the rest of them. No. It wasn't even the Caden Curry. It was the Dante Corleone pick. And see, listen, we hedged our bet with Caleb Banks. If Caleb Banks don't make it, guess what? We got the Godfather there.
Yep.
Giving you an offer you can't refuse.
Yep. Again, the Raiders aren't going to leave with 14 draft picks, but I'm here for it.
Bro, if they did, golly.
Well, this the thing where I said, look, you're looking at the back end of this draft, right? Gentry's going to be a practice squad guy or a possible special teams guy. Some of these guys are going to be Caden Barnett, practice squad guy. Like everybody's not going to make the actual roster.
Yeah. And you got guys like Caden Curry that would, have to fight for his spot on this team with some of the guys that are existing. Look, and there's nothing wrong with actual real competition too.
No, not at all. So I'm here for it. John, this is facts, man. Graf had to carry the draft, as always, bro.
John, you get the F up. Look at you and Graf looking like at birth.
John, look, man. Wasted always talking about why I got a bad back. It's because I'm just carrying, bro.
Man, listen, bro. You couldn't carry me, man. Listen, bro. You couldn't carry me if your life was dependent on me, man. You couldn't carry me if I was sold to your hands, you effing bum. John, your crap. And Ray Deloso, man, listen, bro, I done told you already. You see, looking all funkified in that picture, bro.
Salute to the 800 plus people still rocking with us. We appreciate you guys so much. Real fast, man, some shameless plugs. I know Wasted has some dope things, some new guests coming to the show here very soon. Stay tuned. This week, you guys, we're working on possibly Dylan may be on the show tomorrow. If not, he'll be on the show here in the next few weeks. Dante Thornton Tuesday. Tape Don't Lie Wednesday. Just Blog Baby, my guy Levi on the show Thursday. And then, again, I know I'm not going to throw some names out there yet because I know Wasted is working tirelessly behind the scenes to bring in some new people on the show. I love the interview with Diamond. It was really dope, bro. That was really dope because, again, this is the thing. Sometimes as creators, we got to think outside the box, right? And that was an outside the box ass interview, and I loved it, man. Real quick, for those who are not in the know, let everybody know what Diamond has going on and what he does.
I mean, he is the assistant sports editor over at the Las Vegas Review Journal. So sometimes he writes, but he's really the boss. They kind of curates what's going on, on the Las Vegas Review Journal, and that's the main paper in Las Vegas, especially from a sports perspective. So it's a good thing to have a resource like that. Mm-hmm. And also, to me, I thought he was a great guy.
Yeah,
a lot of insight, and I really enjoyed it talking to him, man.
Yeah, salute to Marcus. Sanjeet is on the way now. Again, salute to our brother. He's had some other stuff going on behind the scenes that I'm not going to speak about. So we're kind of just waiting to see a time and date. So just stay tuned. Salute to my brother Sanjeet. We love Sanjeet to death. We kind of had to hold off on the show. It was supposed to be this upcoming week, but possibly it can still happen. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Salute to John as well. My dog, as always, man, becoming a member. Salute to you. Again, you guys, if you guys would like to become members, hit the link. They're pinned up top on both channels. Again, they definitely help us keep the lights on, especially in these dark days on YouTube in the off season where it's ugly right now. Yeah,
man, it definitely is, man. The algorithm ain't algorithm.
Hey, man, it ain't algorithm. You know what I mean? But guess what? We are the algorithm. So this upcoming week, we about to go crazy with that content.
Yes, sir. Yes,
as
sir.
Always,
cultivating content, man. Like some people can't do that.
Yeah.
Everybody can't do that, man. But we are definitely cultivating that content, brother.
Salute to our brother Thor in the building as well. Hey, Thor, I'll be out there on the 14th. The 14th. I'll be there 14th to the 17th. We got to link up, brother, for sure. Other than that, man, anything on the way out?
Man, nothing, bro. Just salute to everybody. We are going to be out there really trying to bring you guys the best content possible. And make sure you guys are tapping in. Make sure you guys are tapping in, man. The pre-records, the guests, all that. Make sure you guys are tapping in, man. It keeps the channels going.
Yeah, facts. Other than that, man, appreciate you guys so much for rocking with us. I think this was a great draft as well. We did some trades, had some fun. Got a ton of talent. So hopefully, man, somehow, some way, our draft, week ends up somehow like this with a bunch of talent, a bunch of young guys, and we can build this thing the right way. Other than that, you guys, as always, love and appreciate you all. On the way out, wipe them feet, pay your bar tabs, and hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. We are outro. Touchdown!